Hi friends, this is Ayush from AD Intuition AI and this is some tea time talk with me. Nice. So many of you have asked me before, and many of people have this doubt in mind that whether you should get a degree from a university or you should study from your own. What is recommended? So let me give you a bit background about myself. I did my bachelor's in computer science, then I worked as a software developer for a leading multinational corporation for 3 years. Then I decided to do my master's in artificial intelligence in computer science, basically with a specialization in machine learning and artificial intelligence. And I've also been working as a researcher for the past 2 years in the domain of the same ML and AI. So I'm in a very good position to really tell you what are the pros and cons of studying in a university. So let me start by telling you the pros of studying in a university. So first pro is that when you come to the university, you are not just studying your own field, like mine was computer science. I got an introduction to so many different fields, not just engineering field, but medicine field, finance field, business field, liberal art field. So the whole accumulative experience kind of broadens your horizon and you know better how you can how do various fields play out, and you also get a better understanding of using how you can use your own field and the skills that you've learned in your field into different domains and different fields. And that is a very crucial and a very important skill to learn, because if you learn that skill you become very valuable. And that is what I have been doing during my researches, that I have tried to use my skills of computer science and apply in different domains like finance, public health, and so on. So this introduction to a wide variety of fields is something that you can only get out of a university education, and that kind of broadens your horizon of understanding things. Now, the second main important thing of pursuing an education from a university is that you get to meet a lot of people who are very smart. And these people kind of become your family when you stay in university and you really work on common problems. You try to figure out solutions to those problems, you do the researches, and that kind of culminates into a very like in deep relationship that can really help you down the line. And you can also benefit a lot from these relationships, and so these are very important. Like your friends are like your family, so you kind of make friends who are so close and they tend to help you not just professionally but personally. So this is the second main reason why universities are quite good. Third main reason is that if you're interested in research, the research is very hard, it's very difficult to do, and universities are at the cutting edge of the researches. So if you really want to be a researcher, then getting into university is the only option. You need to pursue PhD or your masters, and then you want to become a part of that team who is currently doing research, because as a standalone person it is very difficult both financially and intellectually to pursue a research and really push the boundaries of the field. So if you are in a university, then you get introduced to all these research environments which you cannot even imagine of. Like something which will be in future is now being worked upon. Like the things that these guys work, those are the things that you get to use in future. So that is really cool. And so getting a part of research team and getting to know everything about research is something that you can get only with a university experience. Fourth is that you actually get a brand value, right? If for example you have done a bachelor's or you've done a master's, so that is a testimony to the fact that now you have worked hard for those many years. You know things not just on the level of coding, because in the universities coding is just a very small aspect of computer science. They actually teach you how computers work, how different things in computer work, how databases work, how databases are made, how these even these buses, like how is your data getting transferred, what is the rate of transfer. So like very small peculiar details, even they are taught to you. So when you study computer science, it's not just coding is a very small aspect of it. You learn a lot more in the field. So your degree is actually a testimony to the fact that now you know things in quite a bit detail. And so when you reach out to recruiters, maybe at big companies or multinational corporations, it kind of gets noticed. Like your resume, if it states that you have done your bachelor's or your master's, it's very likely that you'll get an interview call or you'll get an online assessment, and then you can perform. And if you're good, you'll be in. If you're not, you'll not be in. So it kind of gives you a credibility that you have really done something. And so that way, doing a degree from a university is really good an option. Fifth is that yes, it there's a lot of investment that goes into it, both in terms of money and time. But the things that you reap out from that investment is something that you cannot get really if you're not there in the university. For example, the people that you'll meet from different countries and different diasporas with different opinions, that kind of makes you more acceptable of the society, that you now are more accepting of the fact of different opinions, and also you learn a lot. And by that learning, your horizons get expanded to such an extent that now you can actually feel the difference, that what were you before you entered the university and now what are you after you exited the university. And that is not just in terms of your professional skills, but also in your personal relationships and how you have evolved as a person. So university, I would say, kind of evolves you like into a more holistic being. So now, once we have discussed the pros of doing a degree from a university, let's talk about what are the cons of doing a university. So first thing is that if you want to do a startup or anything, right, it's very difficult to manage it with the university curriculum, because university in its whole structure is very rigorous. Like you have back-to-back semesters, you have back-to-back courses, and you need to perform very well in those courses if you want to really excel and you really want to do something good. And that kind of consumes your whole time. If you're someone who is really into starting their own company or a startup, it really gets very difficult to do it along with the company. But not that people don't do it, people do it, but there's a very small proportion of people who can actually do it successfully with your university curriculum, and most of them usually drop out, like most famous dropout billionaires you must be aware of, right? The second con of being in a university is that it's financially very consuming. Like the degrees are very expensive. What I mean by saying expensive, so by expensive I mean that the cost of tuition is very high for most of the universities, especially if you are pursuing it from abroad like US. Most of the universities are very expensive and they will leave you in a great amount of debt, and also the living expenses and everything. And plus you have to continuously do things on your own, you have to study on your own, you have to arrange for your food, laundry, everything you have to do on your own. And of course we all know that if we are staying at home, we can like get facilities from our parents, and they can help us out. Our moms can help us out, our dads can help us out in different aspects. So that is really something that you won't get in a university. So financially you'll be in debt, of course. And then there's a strict curriculum that you need to follow. You need to be very rigorous with your studies. So these are the two drawbacks. And plus they're of course long, right? You have to at least spend 4 years for your bachelor's, or maybe 3 if you are very fast. Then you need at least 2 years for your master's. If you are fast, you can do it in one. And depending on the program what you're taking. And then PhDs are again 4 to 5 years, not just 5, sometimes they are even 6, 7 years. So it's a long, grueling process, but it's a very interesting one. Like if your passion is really learning things, meeting people, learning new things, then I think university is a great choice for you, because the investment that you are actually doing in the university fees will pay dividends down the lane, and things that you will get are not just of professional nature. They will make you in. They will evolve you as a person. You'll become into a more holistic being. But if your aim is to have a company of your own, or you want to be a software engineer, then by all means you can just learn coding and stuff like that from the internet. And you can always share your opinions out there on the blog post, do some open source work, and they can acknowledge you that you have enough knowledge, and you need to just keep working, keep grinding, keep hustling, and you'll be good to go. So that is what are my views on whether you should pursue a degree in a university or not. Now let me know in the comments how many of you have actually pursued a degree and how many of you did not pursue the university. And of course, if you have any further doubts, then write them down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them either in your comment section, or if I feel that we need a separate video for that, I'll create a separate video for that. So till then, stay safe, stay blessed. Bye.